Hey everybody, we're back, and you just stared at my face for 30 minutes while I talked about something you couldn't see. I have really good friends, if you're still watching. But this time I'm going to make sure we can actually see a game. So I'm going to make sure to hit my change to screen hotkey. It should be this one. Can you see that? Yes, I can see that. I think you can see that. That's what you'll see when I actually cast a game. So I'm going to do the other two that I got from Forsaken, who is our player of the day, I guess? But that first one was really awesome. I want to talk about it for like 2 minutes. Excuse me. While the other ones are downloading. So, yeah, and I need to pay more attention to my mods, because when they spam me on Facebook and Twitch chat and then call me, I should probably pay attention. I thought, oh, it's something else, but no. Speaking of which, I'm going to assign another moderator right now, because I want to. And I cannot read La 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 Sunshine. Why am I not surprised? You are now a moderator. There are like 3 of you now. That's like super elite as far as clubs go. Yeah, but I was going to totally talk about that game, but no one could see it but me. So it's kind of like, now that it's over, it was like one of those dreams that was really vivid, and you wake up from it, and you're like, oh my god, there was all these awesome things and scary things and crazy stuff happening, and there were like pirates and a giant flying like zeppelin and, you know, mutant frog people or something. And then like you think about it more and how things interacted, and you like realize, A, it made no sense, so it was an awesome dream anyways. And B, everything starts to slowly dissolve until all of a sudden you're like, what was I dreaming about? I don't even know. And like, poof, it's gone. And then you totally forget about it, and the next Hollywood blockbuster will not be written. And yeah, okay, so we're going to get into the next game. This is going to be ForsakeNXE, another TvZ, and I got to keep this rhyme going. Yeah, I got nothing. Okay, another TvZ. Here we go. And good, it's so hot I have to pull off my headphones to let some heat out. But yeah, okay, downloaded, and I'm going to make sure this time we are in game. Yes, you can see all the things, and that was super unprofessional. Oh my god, a game crashed! And now it's back. God, that was scary. Guys, that was so scary. Oh. Alright, I'm done being scared. Fuck it, YOLO! And we have, on Neoplanet S, with some good manners coming into this game, our Zerg player spawning in the top right-hand corner, it is my 3D's Mew. Mew, that's right. Kind of like a very stylized cat. You know, stops at your door and says, Mew! Give me all of your furniture so that I may sink my claws right into it and ruin it forever, so you'll never be able to sell it on Craigslist for more than 50 bucks. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have our blue Terran, the hero, Non's ForsakeNXE, also known as Forsaken. Wonder if he was a World of Warcraft player before he decided to play StarCraft. So that's like what the undead guys are called, right? God, I'm such a nerd, guys. Alright, so Mew is doing exactly what we saw in the last game, exactly what I saw in the last game. You guys didn't get to see it. He's scouting with his Overlord straight down into this base. See what he can see. Probably going to sacrifice it. We also see now, unlike the last game, a drone scout coming out. Meanwhile, I didn't do this, oh my god! There we go. Meanwhile, in production, of course, the Terran Wolof, the ever so popular from Wings of Liberty, still completely standard 2 supply depot, 1 racks, wall off. And Mew is going to get in here. He is going to see it. He is going to know that is exactly what he is expecting to see. He's going to try to kill that SCV, but he won't. And we see a hatch first build. 15 hatch. That went down for Mew. So he's going to be playing a bit more macro-oriented than our last Zerg player did, who I'm going to keep referencing because no one else got to see him. I feel really bad for him now. It's like when you're told you're going to be like on not TV, that's like a legitimately too, you know, close. It's like when you're going to be told you're going to be on like you're going to be the star of some play and then you like it gets canceled the next day. I don't know where I'm going with that joke. That was really shitty. Far below par. I duly apologize. I still feel bad for that Zerg guy, though. It was a good game. It was a really good game. But this game is also starting pretty good. We see a gas being taken at 17 for Mew, who initially populates all of his gassing drones, and of course another Reaper harass coming out of Forsaken. This seems to be a popular strategy for him, and he is going to be rallying. Sorry. Going to be rallying onto it. Oh, I want to follow that unit. Yes, I'm following that unit. Oh my god, I know camera controls. Oh my god. And he's going to pop up and see, hey, look, there's a second hatchery. And I'm going to sneak right on in. Okay. I mean, he's, you know, he knows it's coming. A couple of Zerglings are going to be coming out, but a few drones are going to get sniped down if they don't get pulled off. Mew is going to be careful about this. He does manage to pull them, but a couple of Lings are now coming in to take out this Reaper, who's going to get away just fine, unless he decides to stick around and kite, because that's what Reapers do. Okay, and we'll take a look at that action as it unfolds. The command center is also going down for Forsaken, who's trying to keep a macro edge on his Zerg opponent. So right now, that one Reaper being very cleverly microed around the map. This is so annoying for Zergs, especially with no speedlings. They are just going to give up on it and let the Queen defend. And hey guys, Trevor's online. I met him at LANFest. He's this awesome guy. He taught me some pretty cool things, and I played him some... I think he plays Zerg as well. But that's unrelated to what's going on right now. I had what you might call a moment of ADD. Watching Forsaken just bounce his Reaper up and down and take out Lings one by one. Oh god. Pecking away. Very nice. Okay, same kind of build, typical opening. We see 2 orbital commands, of course. Another command center being completed that's going to be a macro command center and eventually probably waft its way over here for a 3rd base. This is a very macro-oriented game. A good bit of harass is keeping the Zerg on his toes with a Reaper or 2. So he has to have some units there to defend, which is taking away from the amount he can drone. Slowing him down ever so slightly. Meanwhile, Forsaken is getting his wall of bunkers and supply depots and more supply depots and bunkers. 1 bunker, only 1 bunker, down while he continues to call down OP mules and gets himself some Hellions because he knows there's probably going to be lots and lots more Lings coming out. And he's actually not quite right so far because right now Mew is going to say, you know what? I know he's got a couple of Reapers. I know he's probably prepared for any Ling counterattack that I try to do. So I'm going to go ahead and just macro up. And, you know, maybe go Roach Hydra. Maybe get a Spire and do some Muta Harass. You know, I got a lot of options late game. I'm Zerg, man. If I just take all the map, there's not much he can do. So he got these 2 AVO chambers, so he's probably going to be sticking straight with ground. He gets Carapace because he's not quite decided yet if he wants +1 melee or missile attacks. And in the meantime, he just sort of, you know, bunkers up. He's got his 3rd hatch almost completed, but there is a small force moving out of that 1 Reaper from earlier, and a bunch of Hellions who are going to be taking out that creep, sniping it down as the scan goes down to reveal it. That 1 Reaper is going to get taken out just barely. No, it's going to get away. The Queen has to retreat, and a Spine Crawler goes down, but is not almost... It's going to get up in time. Okay, good. But there are not enough units that Mew has on the field, and now Forsaken is going to go on home because he knows... Ooh, he doesn't have a lot of units. Okay. So that means a macro game. I better get my shit in gear. Okay, so he's going to crank out a lot more SCVs to mine the hell out of this base, and he's going to be marching around the other side now. He probably guesses that this 3rd base is here. I'm going to go ahead and guess that he does. He's going to march right on in. He sees a spine. He knows there's something coming up. And, yeah, he's going to try and take out these... Oh, he's going to try to take out the drones. He's going to be able to get them out, but there are a bunch of Lings now that have been spawned to deal with this Yeah. And unfortunately, that is a lot to deal with as a Zerg who only has Lings. So a Hydra Den, no, that's a hatch. Sorry, a lair is going down. This is, the Zerg player has, yeah, there we go, Baneling Nest. Okay, he's building a Baneling Nest to try and deal with these Hellions. Is an interesting choice. Probably wouldn't have been the one I would have picked first, but I believe this is Masters League and I'm not in it. So, you know, we'll see. And Aspire, yes, Aspire is now going down for Mew, who is going to be prepping for, I would love to see just a massive amount of, yep, a massive, ridiculously huge 200-200 Mutalisk all-in. Probably not going to happen, but I like ridiculous games. So again, this force of Hellions and that one Reaper that knows this map really well by now is going to march out along the field. That one Queen, if she's not careful, she's going to get fired down. Oh, we'll see. She's going to get out in time. Yes, she will. So just Creep is being fired down by Forsaken, who wants to prevent its eventual and ridiculous, ugly-looking spread all over the map. And Lings have come in for a run-by. Well, this is an interesting development. Those are going to get cleaned up nice and easy, but of course, Forsaken did have to pull his units back to deal with the Lings, who are reasonably good size in number, but they're also very, very fast. And if he's not microing carefully, he's going to lose. No, he's not, because Hellions do a redonkulous amount of damage. See how I didn't use the same word? I used the same word with a very tiny, slight variation. That's what I do. Another hatchery is being taken for Miyu right now, who is deciding to ninja one here in a corner because he knows that he can't really get anywhere near this base because there's going to be a lot of running by. So hopefully Forsaken's going to be a little too distracted. And, you know, this fooled him reasonably well, I think, in the last game, where there were just a lot of bases he didn't see. But the Zerg, you know, didn't get nearly enough, and eventually it just got completely overwhelmed. So Miyu now getting a macro hatch up in his main base, getting out Mutalisk like it's nobody's business, pumping out a lot more Zerglings, so he's going to be going for Ling Muta, a large timing push by the look of it, I would guess at about 14 minutes, and hopefully he targets down this base that he definitely knows exists. This is a good placement for a bunker. It'll do a lot of damage to anything that comes in its way, and it's probably better than a missile turret because, honestly, Lings can't get anywhere near it, and it does damage to them. I mean, they can come here, they can sort of come here, but that's it. Unfortunately, that OP Mule is not going to be able to mine, thanks to that supply depot, but that's okay, it's not that big a deal. And here they come, the Mutas, the Lings. The Marines are going to do a lot of damage to these Lings, but a little indecisive micro from Miyu, who decides, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to engage. No, I'm not, I'm going to go home. And in the meantime, there is a little small auxiliary force that Forsaken has taken out here, and the Widow Mines. Oh, the Widow Mines. Miyu forcing his hand, and he is going to, in fact, lose a lot of these units. Those Banes are not near enough to connect. There they go. But they lost... yeah, our Zerg player still lost about 500 minerals more, and if the medevacs are not careful, they're going to get caught by these Mutas. Oh, but if those Mutas aren't careful... Yep, there we go. Good job, Overseer scouting. Oh, the medevacs are going to get taken down by the Mutalisks. So sad. But even now, there's a follow-up force coming out of just Marines right now to deal with this threat. But there are a lot of Mutas and a lot of Banes, so this is right now Mew's game. He has got himself 3, now 4 bases, a macro hatchery, and he's got some pathogen glands in production. Okay, he's going to be getting himself some infestors. Let's see how that goes. Awesome. Creep spread is actually pretty well done. It's been very efficient despite being targeted down all over the place. That's, of course, to keep these Banes and Speedlings even faster than they are. But a pretty sizable force and a couple of mines down for Forsaken. He is sort of, he's not really turtling. I wouldn't call this a turtle. This is definitely I'm going to cover all 3 of my bases as best I can because I know there's Mutalisks and I can't get everywhere at once. And that one Marine is going to be very brave and then die very fast. Yep. Miyu now at, the supply is almost actually even. The worker supply is, of course, in the Zerg's favor because you need a lot more drones, and the mules are just so overpowered. Oh my god, Imba. And here comes this Marine and Medevac in mine, so it's a triple M, but not the one you're used to seeing from Wings of Liberty. And, oh god, Mew knows it's here, and he's just going to say, what the shit? Oh god, I better run in here and take out all these Widow Mines, but they're going to do a lot of damage, and they're going to take out a bunch of those. Oh, and they do it again. A lot of the Lings get fired down. A lot of the Banes are getting kited, and the Mutalisks as well. A decent number of Marines gets taken out by some of those Banes, but not nearly enough. And a couple of Lings suiciding in for no particular reason. Now it looks like Mew might have a large enough force to deal with this, but of course there's not enough air units to deal with what's going on. Yeah, Medivacs. Medivacs are good, man. Get Medivacs. Yeah, get Medivacs. You'll win a lot of games with Medivacs. Okay, so what's in production right now? Ultralist transition coming. I didn't mention that earlier because I'm a derp and I didn't notice it. But we do see that a bunch of Ultralists are on their way out and they're just starting to pop at this exact moment. So Mutas, Ultras, and Lings. Oh my. Some Banes as well. So this is kind of an interesting little strategy being employed. Sort of an I need lots of different things. He's got a lot of Marines. He's got a lot of Medivacs and Mines, and I need big, tough units that can stand it. And if anyone saw Echo's online, say hi to Echo, everybody. Yay, Echo! I met him on Ladder. I haven't played him in a while, though. I really should. And yeah, that force got kind of abandoned because this one's going to be moving in and taking out those undefended Ultralisks. Oh, one of them's going to go down, the other one is sure to follow. And the Mutas are going to do a lot of damage to what's on the ground here, but not quite enough. Excellent micro of his Medivacs and his Marines, but Forsaken is going to lose all of them to this force, and he's a bad time to be expanding, and that one Ling is keeping him from putting it down. God, that's got to be annoying. What Infestor out here? Okay, interesting. Drilling Claw is almost complete, and of course we see Armor level 3. The upgrades at this game I have not been tracking at all, but they are very, very good. Very, very good. All Marines, not really a lot of Marauders. Noteworthy. Not a lot of Marauders like there were in the last game that nobody but me saw. And yeah, this is sort of an interesting hybrid composition that Mew has been sticking with back at his bases. He's just continuing to crank out his units. He is sitting on 4, but he has rested a little bit. Now he's taking a 5th. Finally, it is almost 20 minutes into the game. And a large defensive force is massing at Forsaken's 4th. He wants to maintain a decent amount of economy. The Mutas are going to have to go on home because they see a lot of those Marines they don't want to deal with. Okay. So a decent number of Infestors are starting to get up, and creep is being popped down by those Overlords to enable the faster movement of all the things. And yeah, this is a really interesting move, Ling Scouting like that. I like that a lot, actually. Oh god, those Widow Mines are just doing a stupid amount of damage. Oh no, the Infestors, they shouldn't be coming so close. They did a good job on those Fungals, though, I have to admit. They did a really good job on those Fungals. A lot of the Marines go down. These Widow Mines are getting ready to recharge. If those Infestors don't get out of there, they're going to take a lot of damage as well. Oh god, there we go. Okay, that was really close. Holy crap. Holy crap. That was super close, guys. Yep. Oh, the Mutas are going to get hit. Oh, they do, but they actually have a fair amount of HP. It's all good. They're K. And now here come the Lings to follow up, keeping this pressure on. Forsaken is in a tough position right now. He does not have a lot. He can produce a fair amount. He does still have 4 bases because this planetary fortress was never taken out. But Mew's going to go for the kill. This might be a bit of an overcommit. He does lose a fair amount of units in that attack, and now he's going to go for the planetary fortress. Or at least he's going to go for the workers on the planetary fortress, and then he's going to turn right about and say, oh, there's a bunch of units here, I need to do damage to them as well. And those Infestors are going to be coming out to Fungal, but they're not going to be able to get it off in time. And now they're a bit out of position. The Fungal does go down. Will the Ultralists get there in time? Yeah, they get a couple of them off. Okay. But so far, all the action's been right in here. Okay, what else is going on? I've been on upgrades the entire time and just looking at production. Yes, some Marauders were finally started. Oh my god, there was a transition to deal with these Ultralisks. How quaint. He's using strategy. But yeah, so far, Forsaken has been able to hold this off pretty well with not a lot of units. I like that. He built this planetary, and he hasn't really had to heal it. It did a lot of damage, and now he's keeping the pressure on with a drop. He manages to snipe down the Spire. Oh, man, that's going to be a hard time. Without being able to produce anything air-wise, Mew is in a bit of trouble. He's going to have to respawn that Spire if he wants any kind of chance. He's not prepared for drops. He's been on an offensive game all game. And he's not prepared for the drop, so he pulls back a lot of his army, but then it gives Forsaken an opening to run into this fourth. It's going to get killed. Oh, Mio says easy race, and BM GG's, if that's what you can call it. And yeah. But that was a pretty good game, too. Hey, Forsaken did a good job. He really... Okay, back to my face, because you've not had enough of it, obviously. He did a really good job microing. He built a good economy. He definitely had the macro. But he did such a good job keeping his units who were obviously weaker from harm. He picked up his Marines, like, ridiculously quickly, and then got out when he could, and he sped up his medevacs when he could, and when he saw Ultralists, he got out his Marauder. I guess that was macro, whatever. And then he attacked, like, you know, the undefended base as soon as he dropped, so there was like, oh shit, I'm split, and now I can't do anything. And then Miyu says easy race. He's winning the whole game. He's like, fuck yeah, I'm doing all this good stuff. He can't stop me. I have Mutas, I have Ultras, and I have Lings, and I'm forcing him back, and he has Widow Mines, but I don't care. And there goes my base. I better bad banner type all the things. And I'm spitting right now. I'm so exasperated with my nerd rage. I better drink some protein shake and shut up. Yeah, that's delicious. Alright, well, we're going to take another break, and, God, how long have I been doing this? I guess the first game doesn't count at all. So, I'm gonna take a pause, and we'll get into the last game. And, yeah, I'll deal with the posting and that stuff, and I've got to start dinner really soon, too, so... Or I could just eat mini Wheaties. But yeah, I'll go ahead and do the other game in just a moment. I gotta get some more water. Protein shakes make you thirsty. Public safety service announcement. Well, we're gonna go to this screen. I need to get some music for this. I need to go, like, ask someone if I can use their music. Jonathan Colton's cool with that. You guys wanna hear some, like, Code Monkey or something? Yeah, that'd be sweet. Alright. Turning off the sound. I'll be back in, like, 2 minutes. Thanks.